And welcome to this book review of The Patriots' Creed by Kris, Tanto, Paronto. I got this from friends over Christmas, and I finally was able to read it over my time here in deployment and everything. Yes, I'm currently in the military and everything. The thing is, I had a heat stroke back in July 2022, and it's rendered my speech a little bit haphazard. Like I have to bite down on something in order to talk normally, but without it, I just talk kind of like this. But this book is by a guy who was, former Ranger and everything, but he was part of the Benghazi group who defended Benghazi on September 11th in 2012 with that whole thing that happened there and controversies about that. But that's not what this book is about. That's another book he mentioned that he's written, which I've not read yet. But in this book, he takes the military, in this book, Patriot's Creed, he takes the Army values, and there's, in the Army, which I am in, there's different values that we have that are first instilled or talked about mostly in basic training. And it's an acronym, LDRSHIP. And those, supposed, leadership, but it's loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, personal courage, those leadership. And he makes all these chapters in the book, about different aspects of what it is and how it applies to, thinking of different portions of your life and everything, and how it works and how it goes and everything. He gives examples of different people and his own life throughout, the book and everything like that. This book was written a few years ago because one of the examples he gave was about Sergeant Cash, who selflessly, unfortunately died saving some soldiers, and he was part of the, group of trying to query to try to get him a Medal of Honor. And after many years, he actually was granted, a Medal of Honor by the Trump administration, because I went reading about it, but it wasn't given till, a current Biden administration till like almost late last year. So this book says why they wanted him to get a, a Medal of Honor, because they talked to some people who knew him, his battle buddies and friends and family and others. But I'm glad he did, because reading about what happened in the book is just I got a mental picture of what Sergeant Cash did, and it's just like him having to walk to the helicopter by himself, alone, on his own power mostly, despite all the burns to his body. Is just go read about Sergeant First Class Cash if you want to know, and why so many wanted him to win the Medal of Honor and everything. And again, like a Medal of Honor is said, you don't just win it like, oh, you win a medal of like a sporting competition or anything. No, it's you earn it, and yeah, I'd say he earned it. But the book is, like it says on the front cover, inspiration and advice for living a heroic life. It's just basically like, how would you show personal courage in a situation at home or workplace that makes you uncomfortable, or for anyone else? And same, he gives examples of different things, like he was a ranger and everything. Like I just finished the book, and towards the end, he, gives an example of how during a training exercise, he was told he had to get to the roof during the training exercise, but he instead linked up with someone else and still kind of did the job and everything, but his squad leader was like, you didn't get to the roof, you didn't get to where we told you to go. And he admitted, like, yes, you're right, I didn't do that. And he kind of faced consequences, but it kind of worked out and everything. But that doesn't mean it's always going to work out in situations. It's very different than, how stuff works. But I would recommend the book, not necessarily for military people, because, just because not everything's going to apply for military situations. It's something to read if you want to like think like, not so much how can I better my life, but how can I apply to better things in my life that I'm trying to put it into words. Not trying to not better your life, but better yourself in life, I guess. Like, how can I improve myself to be a better person? What do I need to work on? What do I need to address? Everything like that. It's just stuff like that. So I would, again, read it. He's got other, there's other books about the Benghazi thing and stuff like that. But again, I only gave example about Sergeant Cash. He also has another chat on one of the other things, other sections under one of the different army values, about the pararescuers, which I didn't really know anything about, but what this one guy did with the pararescue force and how they trained and everything they did. It's just like, man, that's tough. I mean, you think the Rangers and Green Berets train hard, but what the pararescue do, goodness. But you see what these different men and everything have gone through, and you're just reading about it, and him going around trying to get these different, through interviews and everything. It's just inspiring, and also it's just like, man, what people do when they're dedicated. And it's a very good, interesting read, and I highly recommend for people if you want military stuff, sure, but also because you want to take something out of it. For me, it's just like, reading everything inspired with stories. Think about, because I want to do writing of like, books, movies, and it can be discouraging at times because I don't know like what to do. I don't know who to query. I don't know how to do this or that. And sometimes it's just like, I don't even know what to write. Is my writing any good or anything like that? It's just one step at a time, one day at a time. That's all you can ever really do. So thanks for listening to this little video and everything, and I will be back again with another review one day. But if you've read the book, what do you think about it? And tell me what you think, and we'll see you in the next one. Alright, goodbye. Goodbye. Tayo ba?